Hey band, choir, and orchestra directors, we are continuing on in our series about teaching the festival ballot to your musical ensemble, and today we're talking about technique. Lots of us, and I know I thought this way when I first started teaching, think about technique in just terms of, well, did the students prepare their parts accurately? And to be fair, there is a certain amount of student responsibility for technique on the ballot, but there are certain ways that teachers can help raise those scores as well, and that's what I want to cover in this video. Number one starts before the literature preparation even begins, which is to choose appropriately graded literature for your students. No amount of practice or prep is going to allow students to learn music that's beyond their grasp if they don't have the foundational skills or range yet to learn that music. So it's on you as the director to make sure that your students have a good foundation of the skills that they're going to need for whatever work you're going to put on the program. That does not mean that they have to know everything that they need to know to play that. There's nothing wrong with choosing a piece of literature to teach a concept like a new meter or a new rhythm or some new techniques, but you have to be careful that you're not pushing them too far out of their comfort zone when it comes to festival literature. This is also a little bit tougher if you're working in a smaller program where you don't have an audition band or choir or orchestra. Maybe you just have one for the whole entire high school. And so within that ensemble, you've got everyone from all staters on the top end to kids who have only been playing their instrument for 1 year or have special learning considerations. And in those scenarios, you want to pick something that's within the grasp of most of the students. The students on the top end are going to need to get their challenges elsewhere, like at solo contests or with recitals. And the kids who are in need of extra help for things may need your help with scaffolding that learning and tweaking their parts so that they're able to play most of the things. But then if they have things that are just kind of beyond their grasp at that point, then you make that accommodation and tweak their part a little bit so that they're able to play and fully participate. Once we are in that literature, I do have the conversation with my students on that ballot about what technique is and how it's about getting command over your instrument and making sure that everything is flowing smoothly as you're playing it, and that comes from individual practice on parts, and that it's not only their responsibility to recognize when they are having an issue and they're not able to play something accurately, but also to then get the help that they need, whether it's from their stand partner if they need to know a fingering that they're not sure about now, or if it's something that they need help with from their section leader, or if they need my help as the director or from their lesson teacher or whoever they need to get that help from to make sure that they're able to get it down. Then back to me as the teacher, it's my responsibility once again to choose warm-ups, exercises, and drills for the ensemble that are going to be beneficial in pursuit of that literature. So when I'm choosing my festival set, I'm not only choosing that music, I'm choosing things that we're going to work on in class that will pair alongside that in the curriculum. So things with the same key center, for example, or if they have certain intervals that are going to be required of them that maybe are out of the usual, we're working on those. If they're learning a new meter or a new set of rhythmic values, we're warming up on those and we're doing drills on them as well. So they're not just getting it in the literature, they're getting it in our ensemble drills and warm-ups. Doubling up like that is also going to help them in the future when they run into those skills in a new set of literature. That's it for today's tip on teaching technique. Make sure you follow and subscribe so that next week you can join me again when I'll be covering the ballot category of musicianship and interpretation. Catch you next time.